Early Access Balance Patch version 0.10.2. A new day champions, a new balance pass. I don't know if that's supposed to say pass or patch. With season 2 drawing to a close, we're keeping it short and sweet this week, so let's jump in. Let's jump right in and take a look at what you can expect from predecessor version 0.10.2. For starters, as is tradition, our latest edition of Xeris is receiving a quick balance pass alongside some quality of life improvements to smooth out its gameplay. Likewise, on the balance front, we're looking to elevate some of the less repeated heroes in the roster, such as Sparrow and Grux. I'm down. While also taking a moment to re-examine Kallari, whose health regeneration mechanic makes an exciting comeback. Ooh. So what's next? Well, we expect this update to be the last major patch of Early Access Season 2, meaning next time you're reading one of these, it'll be all about Season 3. Let's go. We won't spoil some of the big plans we've got in the pipeline here, so keep your eyes peeled for patch version 0.11, the Season 3 roadmap, and much, much more. First, though, let's go over all those changes we mentioned coming to predecessor with this game's update. Ray and Kari. New skin, Midnight Muriel! Sure. Just the art's cool. I want to see it in game, but, you know. Balance changes. Greystone, he had some bug fixes. Deflect cooldown now correctly reduces level and is no longer affected by haste. I think that's a nerf, technically? Maybe? I don't know. Grux, attack speed growth increased from... Whoa, hold on. From 1.5 to 2. That's... Okay, Grux is getting some hefty buffs. Smash and grab, his Q mana cost decreased from 100 to 90. Bonus physical power scaling increased from 70 to 80%. Nice. Crush, his E damage increased from 70 going up to 190 to now 70 going up to 210. Small buff, but it's a buff. This is the biggest thing, right? This attack speed. And this is also pretty significant. Kallari! Okay. Base physical power decreased from 61 to 58. Base physical power growth increased from 2.8 to 3. Base mana increased from 250 to 265. Base health regeneration decreased from 2 to 1.5. That's pretty significant. Shadow Walk, her Q, or stealth, mana cost increased from 40 to 50. Movement speed decreased from 20% to 15%. Interesting. Now gains 6 going up to 10 at max level, plus 20% physical penetration health while health regeneration while camouflaged. So based on your pen, you're going to be regenerating extra health in stealth. Interesting. Crippling Dagger, her right mouse button. Damage decreased from 65 going up to 145 at max level to now 60 going up to 140 at max level. Small nerf. Bonus monster damage decreased from 100 to 65, so that hurts her jungle clear, but then the stealth should help mitigate that. We'll see. It's going to be a rough early game, I feel like, but good. Nerf Kallari. We like that here. Shinbi. Mana regeneration increased from 0.9 to 1.1. Mana increased from 380 to 390. Line tempo, her Q. Damage changed from 65 going up to 185 at max level to now 75 going up to 175 at max level. So it's actually stronger early. And then it falls off later. Interesting. Magical power scaling decreased from 60% to 55%. Mana cost increased from 30 to 40. Hitbox improved. It's a pretty significant nerf, actually. There's a kind of a huge nerf, actually. The hitbox improvement might make it a buff, because Shinbi's hitbox is dog shit. Circle Rhythm, her E, magical power scaling increased from 18% to 22%. Overall, this is a pretty decent nerf. Line tempo, is on an incredibly short cooldown. He's super spammable move, especially in lane. She really shits on characters like Grux for that alone. The Circle Rhythm buff is a good way to mitigate that loss, but overall, this is a pretty solid nerf to Shinbi. Sparrow, make her a lot more bearable to play against, rather. Sparrow, Relentless, her passive max health damage per stack increased from 0.5 to 0.55. Okay. Stack duration decreased from 5 seconds to 4 seconds, and now it's a 6 stack maximum. Okay. Piercing shot, her right mouse button damage decreased from 90 going to 270 to now 70 going to 230, but the power scaling has gone up from 150 to 175%. Damage multiplier per relentless stack increased from 5% to 8%. Cooldown changed from 13 going down to 9 at max level to now 14 going down to 8 at max level. I don't really know that I agree with these changes. So, I'm a little confused about this. She's doing a bit more, negligible amounts more max health damage. The piercing shot seems to just be losing some of its raw poke ability, which was like the one thing that Sparrow did kind of well. I honestly think this is gonna feel like a nerf. Am I crazy? I almost never use piercing shot like in combat. You use your ult, either you're dead or they're dead in a big team fight. It's not often that this piercing shot's mattering that much in a team fight, which is where they're kind of putting this into with the passive and the scaling, which is beneficial late game. I don't think this is good. I think this is really dumb, actually. To say this is a buff, I think is a little goofy. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think this is gonna feel like a nerf. Twin Blast, ventilate his ult, getting a bit of a nerf, a 2% scaling per bullet from 18 to 16, nothing big. Zarus, I actually did read these changes, so I do know about the Zarus change, and I actually kind of like it. Improved the timing of damage instances on his basic attack. I honestly, Barricade and Spear of Near as well. I honestly haven't played him enough to notice these issues, but he definitely feels weird sometimes. Barricade, his Q mana cost decreased from 80 going down to 60, going to now 60, going up to 80 at max level. I agree, this is pretty costly early. Evade, his E attack speed changed from 20% to now 15%, going up to 25 at max level. And then the mana cost increased from 40 to 50. It's very cheap, very good ability. It's good that it's getting nerfed like this, because you're typically not going to want to be leveling this up. I still think you won't. So for a lot of the game, you're going to be sitting on 15%. So while it is a buff in the last two levels here, a lot of the game is going to be spent at 15. Colosseum, his R bonus physical power scaling decreased from 150 to 100%. Now displays permanent physical power gained as a notifier on the HUD. This is both of these are pretty big. So Nex is pretty good on this character right now, especially in jungle. So this will help handle the Nex proc a bit from like doing some poke, ulting, and then having a ton of Nex stacks. And then this, obviously, it's nice that we can see our permanent power. And then the only item change is Rogue Crest, losing 2 physical pen from 8 to 6. And that's it. There's the bugs if you want to read them. That's all for me. Bears out. Peace.